Have you taken family pictures this year?
Welcome to Parenting Matters Now, a source of parenting advice a few minutes at a time.
Hi, this is Dr. Roger Smith with Parenting Matters Now. Pictures of the family are so important, and pictures of the family members are important as well. I want to show you a picture of a little boy. You may recognize a bit of resemblance, but this is one of my favorite pictures of myself. In fact, it was kind of an old painting. It's not a photograph, but my mother had this hanging in her house, and when she died, I inherited my own picture. And it was a time that I'll look back on my life and go, that was a sweet time or a good time. And that's what pictures do, is they help us to recall time periods of our life. It is important for you to take time to take actual photographs of your family together. And naturally, you kind of clean yourselves up and you look all like everything is perfect. And that's the way we would like to remember our lives. And in fact, it does help us to remember that time period, even if it sparks the memory of some difficulties in those time periods. But the photographs are important. And I encourage you to find some photographer or someone that you think can do a good job. And it doesn't have to be a professional. It could be. And I encourage you to do that if you can afford that, to get someone who really can record it well. But having regular family photos, whenever you have gatherings or parties or different things, stop and take a photograph. It does help us to recall our lives, not just the difficulties, which difficulties are painful things, make a more lasting impression, but the photographs do help us to remember even the good times. So as far as memory makers, I talk to families when I hear of vacations they've gone on that have gone poorly or different things that happened to them. I say, "Oh, you had a memory maker, didn't you?" Because it is what we tend to remember is getting stranded on the side of the road, having a flat, or someone forgetting something, or any number of quote catastrophes happen that quote ruin our vacation. Those are the things you talk about for years to come. So finding ways to record to remember not only the difficulties, but also recall the good times. Photographs do help that. And so it can be something like a portrait like this. And someone will cherish that years to come, even if they're crying or if they have a sad face. But train your children to not just do the silly face photos, but to relax and enjoy the process of having the photograph taken, and do that as a family. And you may have to practice it before you have a professional come do it and say, okay, next week we're having our photographer come, or we're going to them to have our pictures made. Let's practice. And so that the children know what to expect. And maybe you'll put on the clothes that you're going to wear for the photograph. Helping them to know what to expect helps them to behave better during the photographs. So I do encourage you to find a time to take pictures of your family. Naturally, as life is going on, and now that cameras are so readily available on our phones, you have very little excuse. We just have to remind ourselves to take pictures, take photographs of your family as a group and as individuals. You will appreciate it in years to come. It's Dr. Roger Smith of Parenting Matters Now.
Subscribe to Parenting Matters Now for more advice, or go to rogersmithmd.com to search for more topics. See you next time.